Yeah, I think the first thing we have to do is to try to get those 2 wickets early tomorrow. The game is still open. Probably England, probably got about 20, 30 runs more than we would have liked at this stage. But I think the boys fought very, very well and bowled very well today. And at one stage it was looking very, very good, but they got a good partnership, which is what Test cricket is about. Stokes played reasonably well, and he had a good partnership with Bairstow. So I think the game is, for me, is still in the balance. We'll have to bat well second time around, but as you say, there is time in the game, so it should be a result game.
Obviously, Saqib bowled very well, but the shot he played in the beginning of the day, obviously you are bowling good, but as a member of some team, some staff, how do you explain this shot, the second ball of the day?
Can you repeat that?
Saqib's shot in the second ball of the day.
Well, it was disappointing. At the time, I was very, very disappointed to get out because he came out there today with big expectation. He knew he was the mainstay. It was unfortunate, when he got out of the team, he wanted to watch out for the team. He batted very, very well yesterday, but unfortunately, when you come today was a fresh day. He started back over. And unfortunately for us, he got out in the first over, and that put a lot of pressure on the other batsmen. But he came out and bowled very, very well, and we are hoping that if he has to bat in the second innings, he will bat well for us again.
Are you a bit disappointed comparing to Ben Stokes to Pawan Shetty fast bowler?
No, not disappointed. I mean, I don't think they've got as much bowling as they could have done in the game, so to speak, because of the experience. I mean, we had a debutant playing in his first Test match, so obviously he was feeling his way out. I thought he bowled a lot better today. He got a chance and put in a very decent spell. Sheffield bowled well in the game as well. They haven't bowled as much as the England openers, seamers, so to speak, but those guys are more seasons, more experienced contenders. So obviously the experience that they have, our bowlers haven't got it as yet, and that's something that we will work on.
Obviously, the bowled 11, the two fast bowlers bowled 11 overs today. Given the condition, you think they did a decent job, especially the one who is making his test debut. He already played a lot of first class cricket, but do you think he's done justice to his ability?
I think they've done well throughout this Test match. They haven't had a lot of bowling, as you say. Today he had a better sort of spell, so to speak, and he got a wicket which should have given him some confidence. But I'm not just looking at the wicket. I think the way he bowled, and he showed that he's definitely has something that we can work with, and that's very good signs. And these tracks, it's not sort of fast bowler friendly, but both guys stuck to their guns and they gave it what they had, and I think they supported the captain in terms of every time he asked them for a spell, they've tried.
I think when you're saying that Bangladesh still has a chance in the gap, well, saying this, what do you think, what should be the batting approach if the target is around 300? What should be the batting approach?
We have to be positive, play it as you see it, put away the loose balls and just be positive and be focused. If we can get them out, the first thing is to get them out early tomorrow. And if we can get 2 or 3 good partnerships, we'll be in with a good chance. I mean, for me, the aim will be to get them under 300, and if we can get 2 or 3 good partnerships, we'll be in with a chance. It's not going to be easy, but I think if we can get them out under 300 and get a good solid start or get a 2 good solid partnership, the game is still wide open.
Last 2 questions.
Going back to the two fast bowlers again, you think that they also need to develop a few things on wickets such as this where there's very little help, stuff like reverse swing? You think they should develop those?
Well, we have been working on that, so that is not something that they haven't been working on, but it's going to be difficult to sort of hit it straight off if you haven't played a lot under these conditions, and they haven't. You saw Rabbit this evening trying his best at that, and it was working for him a little bit. Sheffield can do it a little bit as well, but he probably didn't bowl as long as he would have liked it, which is how the game was set up. It wasn't sort of a definite fast bowling track, but I think they have the skills, and it's something that we will definitely be working on for them to have more control. To me, that was the one thing that was lacking. The control wasn't as consistent as it could have been, but they're youngsters and they will get better.
Thank you.
All right, no problem.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's down to hard work, and obviously we've got India coming up after this as well. So, you know, all the training that I've done is put me in you know, decent stead for conditions like this. Obviously the ball, you know, spinning as much as it is, and more than anything, just making sure that, you know, it's not just myself, but all of us are making sure our defence is really tight. You know, we all know that we can hit boundaries and stuff like that, but obviously the hardest thing to do is, you know, sort of defend when you first come in. You know, today I thought my defence was pretty tight when I first went in, so the training I've been doing is helping. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What will be the ideal target you will set to Bangladesh, and to bat in the last 1.5 days? How much difficult it will be for Bangladesh next season?
Yeah, I mean, we're at about 270 at the moment, so if we can get up to, you know, 300, 310, 320 would be nice. You know, we're very lucky that we've got a really strong batting lineup. You know, Brody's got a Test 100 himself, and Wokesy's got 9 or 10 first-class 100s. So, you know, there's no reason why these two couldn't put on another 50 for us. And then obviously the pitch itself is obviously spinning. You know, they've got a few left-handers, which is going to be tough with the two off-spinners that we've got. So, yeah, if we can get up to, you know, 320, that would be nice, and then hopefully we can bowl them out.
Yes, sir.
Sorry? Yeah. Just, you know, looking to rebuild and get some kind of partnership together. You know, it wasn't a case of you know, scoring at a huge run rate, and you know, just slowly, you know, rotating the strike, making sure we're still ticking over, but not taking too many risks, and you know, at the same time also making sure that we're switched on to be putting the bad balls away. And we knew if we just kept rotating the strike that the fielders around the bat would have to go off into the field to stop the singles. So yeah, you know, after being 40 for 4, you know, it would take being 270 ahead.
Gentlemen, and then Mohammed again.
And there's nothing much in this wicket for the fast bowling. What area you have been worked out when you had to put the ball?
Yeah, we got a lot of reverse swing compared to the Bangladeshi seamers today. You know, Joe Root and Alistair Cook are the guys who look after the ball for us. I was just making sure that we were very, you know, on top of making sure that the shiny side was shiny, smooth, and making sure we got no moisture into the rough side. You know, it's tough to tell the spinners to keep their hands off. Obviously, with the amount of overs that they're going to be bowling, but they did a really good job. And you know, Rooty making sure he was on top of keeping the ball in good order really did help. You know, bowling last night and this morning.
Mohammed.
It is, no, it's actually very tough, because you know, one little bit of moisture on the side that we try to keep dry, it can almost put you back 2 overs to where you started off at. And you know, us as a group out there, we all know that, we understand that, we try and keep as little hands on the ball as possible. And you know, obviously we did that, and that's how we managed to get as much sideways moving as we did with the older ball.
And last one, please.
Are you surprised to see the circuit from Wednesday out in very second over inning? Do you think that is the point when running for
Yeah, it was a bit of a shock. I think it was second ball this morning, wasn't it? But you know, obviously he was their last sort of you know, top class batsman, and I don't know, maybe just thought he was going to try and put the pressure on our spinners, and luckily the way that Mo bowled throughout the whole innings, he was getting, you know, his pace right, and the amount of spin he was getting, it was always going to be tough for him. But yeah, it was a really good bit of bowling that ended up getting him out, and obviously it opened the door for us to finish them off quite cheaply.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.